All right, be honest. Have you ever stared at your donor list, willing it to magically double overnight? Finding new donors can feel overwhelming at times. You're sending out appeals, posting on social media, and just hoping the right people will notice. But hope isn't a strategy, and if you build it, they will come only works in the movies. But here's the good news. Bringing in new donors doesn't have to be a guessing game or an uphill battle. In fact, some of the best strategies for finding new donors are simple, free, and totally doable, and won't require you to beg, send out 100 cold emails, or chase people down with a clipboard at an event. So in this video, I'm breaking down 7 easy, proven ways to grow your donor base like magic without exhausting your team or your budget. And stick around because idea number 7 is my absolute favorite. All right, let's get to it because idea number 1 is the power of email forwards, or AKA the easiest growth hack ever. Most nonprofits think they need a big marketing budget to reach new donors. But here's the thing. Some of your best new donor leads are already just one email away because your most loyal supporters are already on your email list. So why not turn them into ambassadors for your cause by making it ridiculously easy for them to spread the word? So here's how. Just add a simple forward this email CTA in your emails. So people love sharing things that matter to them, but sometimes they just need a little nudge. So at the end of your emails or even in your social media posts, include a clear, low pressure call to action like, know someone who'd love our mission? Hit forward. One click can make a huge impact. It's quick, effortless, and helps you tap into brand new networks without spending a dime. And you can also make it even easier with pre-written text, so people don't always know what to say when sharing a cause with a friend. So do the work for them. Include a pre-written message they can copy and paste into an email, text message, or social media post. For example, I just got this email from my favorite nonprofit about an amazing program they're running, and I thought of you. Check them out. By removing friction, you're making it as easy as possible for people to introduce new donors to your organization. Idea number 2 is converting in-kind donors to financial supporters. So not all donors start by giving money. Some of your best future financial supporters might first show up with a box of supplies, offer pro bono services, or donate their time as volunteers. And here's the thing. In-kind donors already care about your cause. They just need a little nudge to take the next step and become financial supporters. So here's how to make it happen. First, encourage gifts in kind. Some people might not be ready to give money, but they're happy to donate goods, supplies, or professional expertise. So make sure they know what's needed. Post a wish list of supplies your organization can use. Let business owners know they can support you with pro bono services like graphic design, marketing, legal help. And fun fact, LinkedIn has a super cool feature where you can search for people who are open to volunteering for nonprofits. By the way, if you're finding this helpful so far, be sure to hit the like so we can reach more nonprofit pros like you. And also be sure to recognize volunteers as donors because their time is just as valuable. Once people feel good about giving, they're far more likely to give again. And the key to converting in-kind donors into financial donors is showing them their impact and making it easy to take that next step. So follow up with a thank you message that includes a real story about how their gift helped. And keep nurturing the relationship by staying in touch, sharing updates, and recognizing their contributions where appropriate. A small in-kind donor today could become a major donor tomorrow, but only if they feel valued and connected. The more you engage with them, the more likely they are to see themselves as long-term financial supporters. Idea number 3 is turn your inner circle into your fundraising team. So most nonprofits think that finding new donors means starting from scratch. So cold calls, mass emails, expensive ad campaigns. But some of your best future supporters are just one introduction away. Your board members, staff, volunteers, and even vendors or suppliers already support your mission and want you to succeed. So here's how. Encourage introductions. Ask the people closest to your organization who they know that might care about your cause. And here's a real life example. So I had to raise a lot of money in a seniors facility in a town where I didn't even live. I didn't know anyone there, but I knew the mayor's mom lived in the facility. So I sat down with his wife and asked, who in town should I talk to? She gave me a list of business owners, community leaders, and even specific people to call. And the best part, she told me exactly who I could say that she said to reach out to them. Instant credibility. That's the power of leveraging your inner circle. And here's the best part. This strategy doesn't require a single dollar in your budget, except for the cupcakes. I had to bring cupcakes, but no fancy tools, just real connections leading to real introductions. Now, want an even better way to bring in new donors without making it feel like a fundraiser? Let's talk about fundraisers, or AKA donor magnet events. And not every event has to be a high pressure fundraiser with fancy tables, silent auctions, and a dress code that makes us ladies freak out about the 5 pounds that we just gained. In fact, one of the best ways to bring in new donors is to take the pressure off completely. And that's where fundraisers come in. So, a fundraiser is exactly what it sounds like. It's an event designed not to ask for money, but to introduce new people to your mission in a low key, welcoming way. Because when people feel connected to your work, donations will naturally follow. So here's a few ways to do that. You can host a behind the scenes tour. So people love seeing where their money goes. So instead of just telling them about your impact, let them experience it firsthand. So when I was raising money for that seniors facility, we invited potential donors to see for themselves what it's really like to grow old in long-term care. That experience, so seeing the challenges, meeting the people, stuck with them in a way that no brochure ever could. If you're an animal rescue, let guests meet the animals and hear stories of adoptions. If you're a food bank, show them how donations move from shelves to families in need. A real life experience creates an emotional connection. And once people feel something, they're far more likely to give. Idea number 5 is to get your supporters to fundraise for you. So this is where peer-to-peer fundraising and third-party events come in. Now, peer-to-peer fundraising lets your supporters raise money on your behalf, while third-party events is where they host their own fundraisers to benefit your cause. It's like outsourcing donor recruitment in the best possible way. And the best part is people are far more likely to give when asked by someone they know and that they trust, like a friend, a coworker, or a family member. So here's how to make this ridiculously easy for them. Don't just assume supporters will set up their own fundraising pages. Make it foolproof. Many platforms allow peer-to-peer and third-party fundraising, but just because the option exists doesn't mean people will take action. Your job is to remove barriers so anyone, tech savvy or not, lazy or full of energy, can confidently rally support for your cause. So most people want to help, but they don't always know how to ask. And that's where a fundraising toolkit comes in. So we give them everything they need to spread the word effortlessly, including pre-written social media posts that they can copy and paste, email templates to send to friends, family, and colleagues, and talking points that make it easy to share why your mission matters. The less effort they have to put in, the more likely they are to follow through. In fact, I have a video on peer-to-peer fundraising, and I'm just working on one now for third-party events. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe, and then you'll be able to catch that. Now, speaking of peer-to-peer fundraising, this is a perfect time to thank our video sponsor, Click and Pledge, the masters of peer-to-peer giving, and so much more. We're talking text to give, donation pages, video fundraising, donor outreach, in-person giving, and even Zoom fundraising with their new Event feature. No more juggling 20 different tools for 20 different campaigns. Click and Pledge has it all in one place. With transparent pricing, fast payouts, rock-solid security, and seamless Salesforce integration, it's built to streamline every part of your fundraising process. This is the all-in-one fundraising platform that I personally use and love, and I highly recommend checking them out to see how they can amplify your fundraiser. I've dropped a link in the video description, so go take a look. And once again, a huge thank you to Click and Pledge for supporting nonprofit educational content like this. Okay, idea number 6 is get featured in local media. Most nonprofits assume you need a PR team or a big budget to get media attention. But the truth is, local news outlets are always looking for great community stories. The key is knowing how to pitch your story in a way that grabs their attention. So here's how to make that happen. Pitch a feel-good story to local radio, newspaper, or TV. Stations love human interest stories, especially ones that highlight people overcoming challenges, community impact, or inspiring acts of kindness. So instead of sending a generic press release, craft a quick pitch that answers, why now? Is there an upcoming event, a milestone, or a timely reason they should cover the story? Who is impacted? So a compelling personal story will always get more attention than a general announcement. And what makes it special? Make it clear why the story is worth telling. Or you can also write a short human interest piece for community papers. Small town newspapers, neighborhood blogs, and community magazines are always looking for content. And they don't always have a big reporting team, so they welcome ready to publish stories. Write a simple, engaging piece about someone your nonprofit has helped, the impact of a recent campaign, or a behind the scenes look at your work. Keep it short, emotional, and easy to share. So getting featured in local media isn't about chasing headlines. It's about telling compelling stories that draw people into your mission. I have a whole video on this too, which I'll link at the end. But idea number 7 is running micro campaigns. If you need a fast, high energy way to bring in new donors, online micro campaigns, giving days, and challenges are some of the most effective tools out there. Why? Because they create urgency and social momentum, two things that drive people to take action. These short, time-sensitive fundraisers are highly effective. So, for example, awareness days. If you're a food bank, you could launch a challenge on World Hunger Day to rally support, or seasonal drives. An education nonprofit could run a back-to-school giving challenge to provide supplies for students in need. Or milestone campaigns, celebrating 10 years of impact. Set a big goal like raising $10,000 in 10 days to energize your supporters and mark your occasion. By aligning your campaign with something timely and meaningful, you create urgency, engagement, and a compelling reason for donors to act now. Micro campaigns are one of the simplest yet most powerful fundraising strategies you can use. In fact, they're so effective that up next is an entire video on how to run them successfully. So if you're ready to master micro campaigns, make sure to watch. And I've also linked the media video for your binge watching pleasure. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments which strategy you're excited to try first. I would love to hear. And if you found this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss next week's video. See you next week.